This is something that I've been wanting to talk about for quite a while now, and that's what exactly happened to Deepwoken's style. And by style, I mean just like style in animations, style in the builds, style, just like the overall art style, and also the style of the game's adventure, sense of adventure, to me, is all completely gone. The second that I booted up Deepwoken when it first came out, and I started swinging my sword, and those animations were completely different to the ones that I saw in the old testing footage. To be honest, I was quite disappointed. I felt like the old animations had more kind of, how do I put this? They had more variation. You'd swing up, you'd swing left, right, you'd swing downwards. It had a much more close quarters combat feel, where everyone was up in each other's faces, just parry trading and just playing the game how it seems like it was meant to be played. Now today, the animations, I know it might seem that I'm nitpicking here, but this is just one part of like an overall bigger thing. And so the animations today just swing left to right. That's it. Just left to right. And I feel like the overall style of the game's combat today has completely changed to the point where the game doesn't want you to be in each other's faces anymore. The game rewards you for sitting back and spamming spells or just running around and waiting for ether to recharge and just spamming spells because you get tempo back from using mantras. It kind of feels like I'm fighting more like an Elden Ring mage or a Dark Souls mage. Just the combat in the testing footage just looks so much more satisfying and so much more skillful and rewarding. It just feels like the devs have completely given up trying to stick to that style ever since the game released, with especially nowadays today that I've been noticing every single update brings out something that completely just doesn't fit the style of Deepwoken at all. When those hybrid mantras were coming out, Flash Fire Sweep and the Gale Thunder one, every single update, those mantras are so ugly. There's nothing actually wrong with them. It's just it doesn't fit into Deepwoken at all. If that was in Blocks Fruits or GPO, I wouldn't even bat an eye. You know, it's high quality, but it just doesn't fit Deepwoken at all. And every single update just makes this game look more and more like Genshin Impact. It's like the transition of the game style went from something more akin to Dark Souls with that more desaturated look, you know, that just like kind of inspires adventure, to something now like Genshin Impact, where it just looks cheap. It looks, most weapons and things in the game have like a very plasticky kind of feel. It just doesn't look good. I think ever since this has been happening, that I think that this has been happening ever since that Deepwoken released, and they removed a bunch of islands, and there was so much cool stuff in the testing footage, so many cool looking places and islands that just didn't exist when the game dropped. The islands, when the game dropped, the islands feel hollow. It feels like there's nothing to really explore, and I feel like when Layer 2 dropped, it made this issue 100 times worse. And I'm not taking stabs at any of the builders like Zart or Lime. I think that both these guys have amazing talent in building and modeling, but I just feel like the game has just lost its vibe and its kind of stuff. I feel like the game has just lost its atmosphere, and especially what I was about to say is that especially with Layer 2 is that in Layer 2 there is the use of that smooth texturing, which the devs know that no one actually likes this, even stating in their new Twitter post, which I'll get on later because I'm I've got some things to say about this Conquest League.
Yo, what are you talking about? Fuck no, baby!
They even say here that there's going to be no more smooth terrain. So they know that people don't like this. The builders are amazing and they're really good at what they do, but this looks like block. I'm not even joking. This is the furthest that we've ever gone. This looks literally like Blocks Fruits or GPO. If I slapped Blocks Fruits logo right over this, I promise you wouldn't bat an eye. This does not look like Deepwoken whatsoever. And I just hope that once it's not a screenshot, no longer a screenshot in studio and there's some lighting, I hope it doesn't look like this because this is seriously not good. So many people complained when Primadon got changed to smooth terrain as well. It just seems like they don't even care what people think. It's just an eyesore, they just don't even care. But another thing with Layer 2 as well, not just, you know, how Layer 2, the place is built, but the update as well, and when it brought out a bunch of oaths, the oaths just look so... The visualizers for the oaths just look so obnoxious, like Jet Striker, what I'm using right now. Why do I just have this aura of wind beneath me? And I appreciate that they're letting us dye things now, so I can dye it black so it doesn't look like as obstructive. And the same with like, and it's the same with a bunch of other oaths, Dawnwalker especially. Like, why am I breakdancing and I'm shitting rainbows?
Go crazy! Ah, go stupid! Ah, go stupid! Ah, go crazy! Yeah!
It just, I don't know, it just makes the game look so cheap and more like some Chinese gacha game like Genshin Impact. So recently I looked at other games that have that feel of like old Deepwoken, and one game that I came across was a game called Antediluvian, and I'll put some images up on here right now. It kind of has that hopeless, desaturated atmosphere, that dark, you know, atmosphere that people were really looking for from Deepwoken, which they never delivered on. So, and the owner even, you know, reached out to me, and he reached out to me, and we kind of spoke about Deepwoken, and I'll put some DMs up here right now of what he thinks. So yeah, I highly recommend checking out the game if Deepwoken's old style is something that you miss. It's definitely, Antediluvian is definitely something to look out for. So yeah, I think I've done enough nitpicking and complaining and crying, so I am obviously just very biased towards Deepwoken's old style, and I just hate how it's just lost all its original atmosphere. So I'll put the link to Antediluvian in the description if you're interested. It's a very promising game. So if there are any testers or anything watching this video typing like, actually, old Deepwoken was really bad and unbalanced, I don't care. I'm just talking about how the game used to look and that original atmosphere. I don't care about anything like that. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I should be uploading more videos soon.